Hi, everyone. Right at the top of the hour, we're recording. Is that you, Amy? Are you in Hawaii? I think you are, or you were. Say hi, everyone, in the chat box if you can find it. Thanks for joining me. We'll get started super quickly. Just want to make sure everybody's showing up. How's everyone doing? Say your hellos. Let me know where you're coming from. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Hello, Dee. Nice to see you here. Thank you for saying hello. I'll have you guys continue coming in. Super excited. We're going to have an experience today. We're going to have some shifts today. Donna, thanks for saying hello. Nice to see you. And we're going to have a fun time. Maybe a few aha moments, maybe some great awakening moments. And yeah, we're going to have a great impact. I love what this does. Hey, Jill, thanks for saying hello. Blessings for 2023. Thank you. And thanks for changing that to everyone, typing into everyone. If you're typing to hosts and panelists, you're just typing into me. And if you're changing that little toggle to everyone, you're sharing it with our community because that's what we are. And it's just a minute after the hour. So we're going to get started in another minute. Just let me know where you're coming from. If you're new to this work, if you've been with me before and you just love experiencing it, I'd love to hear what you guys have to say. And yeah, let me know. Are you here? I recognize some of your names. Yeah, so you're here for everyone now. Great. Hey, Christina. Thank you. Christina's coming from Baja, Mexico. You can change it to everyone. You're just typing it only to me. But thanks for saying hi. Thanks for saying how you've been impacted by what we do here. Fastest way to transformation, fastest way to impact, and in the easiest way, right? So, hey, I see you guys still arriving. But I'm going to get started anyway. And yeah, I appreciate you guys being here on time. I see some of you are driving. That's okay. Just keep your eye on the road. You're going to get plenty of information. I'm going to be sharing my screen for this webinar. And we'll do a combination of both, webinar, board, slides, and have an experience. All right. Here we go. Why are we here? We want to stop self-sabotage and learn the correct way to manifest and have an energy experience. And this is for you if you believe in the law of attraction, right? So many do, but you haven't gotten consistent results. Maybe you can just manifest a parking spot or something small, but when it comes to that big pie in the sky, you don't know how to make it work for you. And are you feeling the shift in the world right now? I know I am. And it's time to awaken. There's something going on, and you can be a part of that shift. And maybe you've tried many ways to improve your life, but you keep getting stuck. Perhaps you're like me, you've tried all the modalities and self-help and therapies out there, and you still feel stuck. You're in the right place. And now you're tired of losing time, yet trying another modality, another self-help book, and you're just tired of it. And you're also tired of putting everyone else first, and it's your turn. So welcome. I'll be honest, this is for you because it works for everyone. So if you have a subconscious mind, this is for you. But the theme today is to how to manifest in the correct way and let go of self-sabotage, because you're capable of so much more that you give yourself credit for. So if you're not where you want to be in life, this is the easiest way. You need a system. And what a great time to get started in the new year, because it's during the major shift in the world. So you'll get to ride that wave of shift instead of getting stuck from under it, getting stuck under it. So I am, what is I Am Superconscious all about? It's a shortcut to transformation. And manifesting using your higher level of consciousness, your superconscious, instead of the lower levels of mind that most people are living life through. And this is almost a done for you program. I do it for you. And that's what makes it so easy. Your job is to just show up, and things will happen on their own and allow you to start taking the action steps. Manifesting requires action, but most of us are kind of stuck and riddled in fear, and we don't know what step to take. So let's clear all the blocks out so you can take action. It is the most advanced training available to take your life to the next level in the fastest way possible, by giving you the access to your own superconscious in a done for you way. And this changes lives. This works for people from all walks of life, every aspect of life, your mood, your your emotional set point, letting go of all traumas, stepping into a fulfilling life in all areas: fulfillment, relationships, health, money blocks, everything. And it shifts. Like people have written in, like Katrina, she never dreamed that she could actually be happy. She said, I've been stuck in misery that I stopped dreaming. And when we do the special, I breathe in this joy, my heart expands, and oftentimes I cry. It's such a beautiful feeling to know that I can actually have a life I love. My dreams can become my reality. I don't know how many of you thought that dreams are just dreams and they can't actually be real. I know I was one of them. And here's Megan for the first time. She's been on depression medications for years. And just a couple of months in the program, just without any one-on-one coaching from me, just being in the program, she's happier than she's ever been and no longer on meds. Christina, you're on here. You manifested a couple $1,000s after our session within 2 days, releasing some money blocks. And here's another one. Melanie, she's been in the group, but when I met her, she was living in a very abusive relationship, and she couldn't get out from under it. She couldn't even support herself without having to be under this guy's roof that was just verbally abusing her and making her feel like she couldn't do anything. Now she lives on her own. She actually joined the program of being certified like me. So if you guys have any questions about certification, let me know. And who am I? So I'm a top coach at this company called Conscious Education Company. I work with one-on-one clients there and groups with over thousands of members. It's based out of Australia. It's a $20 million a year, very successful company. I'm also certified in reconnective healing, magnetic mind method certified, and I work with all levels of consciousness, which is a little bit different than most modalities who are limited. And I studied and practiced so many modalities: health, wellness, body ecology, diet, Chinese herbalism. I studied under Dragon Herbs, Ron Teegarden. I just studied so much because I was on a search myself. And so this is what I bring you. I bring you the most advanced training with all the knowledge that I have collected over the years and certifications. And what is this about? Why is this different? Being a superconscious creator is different. It's the fastest way to turn thoughts into things. It's so simple. You manifest what you want using a very simple system I'm going to teach you today called the Carrot System. You use your own innate power as the creator. So please, I ask you to be open-minded, be coachable, and you'll thank yourself that you did. Also, I ask that, I really appreciate your time. So put away your phones, your tabs, your whatever, and stay focused. We'll move it right along. What you put in is what you'll get out. At the end, there's nothing to sell you today. There is a subscription to my program, and you'll get information about that if you sign up for the free week, and you'll get emails. Make sure to check your spam. But there's nothing to buy today. You get a free week trial, no strings attached, so you can continue releasing. And there'll be other gifts too. And what I'll teach you today, I kind of put it a little bit on the board just so we can stay on track. It's easy. Hey, we'll talk about the mistakes of the manifestation structure. Why do so many people believe in the law of attraction and yet can't really manifest what they want, or not consistently? We'll understand how your sabotage was formed. We'll release your sabotaging blocks using a simple process that I do called the Superconscious Recode. And then you learn how to continue to shift and awaken with me if you choose to, instead of learning how to create life instead of reacting to life. And you'll receive that free gift to continue releasing if you would like at the end. And just before we start, a little bit about me. Know exactly what it is to feel lost and stuck and not believing in myself firsthand. Originally, I'm an immigrant from Israel, and I grew up in an abusive home. Here I am, the very awkward teen in the shadow of my beautiful, perfect older sister. And, my father expected me to go down the path he expected me to be. Like, he wanted me to be a computer scientist, and I couldn't even. It's so not me. I tried, but it's just not what I wanted to do. And I've always dreamed of an abundant, successful life, but I didn't really believe in myself enough that I could, because I was just never thought I would amount to anything. And when I did set out to fulfill what I wanted, I would somehow sabotage myself. So I know what it's like to feel lost, stuck, not believing in myself or my dreams. And perhaps you guys understand what it's like too. I had very little self-worth. I was always struggling to achieve and never to arrive, thinking someday that once I overcome something about myself, maybe the fear, the blocks, that once I, go to the therapies and all the self-help and the Tony Robbins seminars and the law of attraction, that then life will be better. And, it was for a little bit. On the outside, I looked like I had a life that everyone dreamed of. I founded a nonprofit dog rescue. I ran it for 15 years. I saved 7,000 dogs, and I was seen as a hero. But on the inside, I really felt incomplete. And I was really stressed all the time. I was really overworked, and I was always afraid of judgment of what everyone else thought. And I was always anxious. So much so that my health was starting to deteriorate. My adrenals were failing, and it's like I created it, but I wasn't able to escape my own creation. And so perhaps you're like me, you spend a lot of time, money in different programs and therapies and self-help to get more out of life. And no matter what you try, you just take those 2 steps forward and 1 step forward, 2 steps back. So I was making really a very little money on my nonprofit creation. And I tried things to supplement my income, like energy healings, MLM supplements, and I was seeing some success, but it seemed like some invisible force kept me down. Every time I started seeing like extra money in the bank or any kind of success, people liking what I had to say, somehow I would find a way to quit or not continue. Something always pulled me back. And I noticed, wow, this is a pattern. It keeps happening over and over. The next shiny object, I go for it and I stop what I was doing. And even if it was successful, and find my way right back where I started. So I don't know. That's why I told you that story, because maybe you feel the same way. You set goals and resolutions with no follow through. It's the new year, and I don't know how many of you set resolutions this year or in past years. I know I have no follow through. Or you wait for the future to be better than the now, but that day never comes, and you question your goals. Are they even attainable or real? You kind of feel stupid saying that, yeah, I would love to have that, but who am I to have that, right? And you feel that invisible force too, holding you back. So my life finally changed when, literally a month before the pandemic, I felt a huge calling to shift my life. And hey, I felt ready, but I didn't know how. So I met Christopher Duncan, who certified me in this work. And once I learned how I was sabotaging myself, which I'm going to explain, I applied these techniques we'll learn today in my own life. And then within 2 months, my income doubled, and it tripled within 14 months. And I was finally able to step down from my nonprofit after years of failed attempts. And I left it in really good hands. And my health finally improved. I look and feel younger than I did when I started. My stress diminished. I no longer wake up every morning just riddled with stress and overwhelmed. I just wake up in joy, and I make my own schedule. Everything in life improved: my relationship, my health, my wealth, my time freedom. And I can't recommend it enough. It's just everything changed for the better. And so I decided to help others, and I created the coaching program, I Am Super Conscious. It's an online program. It's very easy. You can show up anywhere, anytime. And then I watched others significantly upgrade their lives in all areas, like some of the testimonials I showed you. And all you have to do is show up, whether it's live or in replays. And so let's start, understanding this first point here on the board. How do people manifest wrong? Well, first of all, we're manifesting with our conscious and subconscious minds, not just the conscious mind. We're manifesting with both. And they have different agendas. I'm going to, I'll write it on the board in a little bit. So next is, we're always manifesting with our focus, and there's no on-off switch. People think that, okay, I'm going to focus on what I want now, and then they go about their day reacting to life, sending more manifestation messages. And they don't realize that they're always manifesting, but we're unconscious of what we're manifesting. And lastly, we must be it before we see it. We must get into the emotions first. I'm sure you've all heard this, the vibration. We're all vibration. We're all vibrational beings. The vibration of what you want, you have to be that vibration now. And for most people, like me, it's harder than it sounds, right? Easier said than done, unless you do this process, which is that we're going to do. It makes it possible and so much easier. And so we're going to talk about the 3 levels of mind first, because that has to do with how we manifest wrong. Remember, we said we manifest with our conscious and subconscious mind. And I'm going to stop sharing because I'm going to write on the board. How are we doing so far? Are we getting some understanding a little bit? Just starting the tip of the iceberg of understanding how we manifest wrong. Let's take this further. You understand how it feels. Yeah, I know I'm not alone. That's why I'm bringing this to you. All right. Hey, I see your comments. Thanks for saying hello. You're identifying a lot with what I'm talking about. Yeah. Oh, cool. Yeah, I know this is super common. This is why this is so helpful and why I'm bringing this to you today. We're going to talk on the board the 3 levels of mind, okay? So we have a conscious mind. We have a subconscious, right? We know that. And this conscious mind actually, like, here's when we're born, age 0. We actually become self-aware at age 7 till death. So the conscious mind is here from age 7 of age, and its job is to judge and discern whether something is wrong or right, good or bad, right? It sees things very white, okay? And once it goes for more quality of life, meaning that when you manifest, you're actually manifesting or trying to manifest with your conscious mind, saying, I want that. I want more quality of life. I want the house, the relationship, and the money, and the job, and the career, and the fulfillment. I want that with my conscious mind. It's also our personality. And it's actually got a very limited memory. It's a very, also the minds, they're also known as memories. Okay. Next, let's talk about the most important thing to know about this is that it wants quality. Okay. Quality. And it discerns, right? Judges. So the second mind, the subconscious, it's formed at age 0, and it's mostly coded in by the time you were 7 years old. And not only from age 0, but what's passed down from the family lineage. Like if your family suffered wars and famines and trauma, that gets passed down through your DNA. So it's encoded in your subconscious already, and it's mostly formed by 7 years old. Okay. And its job is to run the functions of the body. It communicates with us via emotions, telling us what's safe, what's not safe. Like you didn't have to learn how to walk again this morning when you got out of bed this morning, right? Because your subconscious mind learned it and it knows. If you get on a bike, I don't know when the last time you rode a bike, but your subconscious will remember the emotions. When you get in a car, you just get in and drive. Most of the driving is done with your subconscious, where you know all the controls and your feet know what to do. But the subconscious actually doesn't go for quality of life. It's a very primitive brain. It goes for quantity. You must survive. Its job is to keep you safe. Safe. So safety. That's its main job for the survival of your species. It's such a primitive brain. Its job is to keep you safe, and this mind never forgets. Never. There's no supercomputer in the world as big as your subconscious. We'll talk about the superconscious later, but you also have a superconscious. Fun. The most fun. So that's very important to note. Okay. Now, as we said, the subconscious is the most important because it is your bigger mind and it rules the show. When you're manifesting with your conscious and subconscious minds, your subconscious actually has precedent. It's the main brain. How does it know how to keep you safe? That's all it's doing all day long, is keeping you safe. How does it know what's safe? Well, whatever you learned and experienced from this age 0 to 7 is considered safe. That got coded in. It considered that time as survivable. And anything outside of that is considered unfamiliar, therefore unsurvivable. We don't know if it's safe. So it's a far better option to repeat the patterns from 0 to 7 years old than anything else, because it's proven. Here you are. It's proven that you lived, right? Doesn't matter if you're happy or sad. It does not care. It's not its job. It doesn't care if you're happy or sad. Its only job is that you survive. So what did you experience from age 0 to 7? Like me, did you experience abuse? Did you watch your parents fight and have a non-loving relationship or dysfunction? Did you experience scarcity, lack of finances? Did you experience a lot of trauma? Or even if you experienced a lot of love, you have to try and repeat that and be good and belong to society. Our job is to belong to our parents. When we're born from 0 to 7, we can't survive on our own, can we? How are we going to survive? We have to ensure that our parents, our caregivers, want to take care of us. That's built into our subconscious. We must belong to our family in order to survive, to be fed, to be kept warm, to be given shelter. And if we don't, what will happen is they might not take care of us. So it's not real. Of course, they'll take care of us, but the subconscious is programmed this way. And so what we learn is how to survive. How do we make mom and dad love us more? Well, we have to be good boys and girls. We have to, whatever it is in your household, perhaps it's you must stay quiet and out of dad's way. You must show that you are good enough. You must show your worth. You must prove your worth. You must make sure everybody gets along. You must, all kinds of and learnings that we picked up here, even before we were able to speak, we learned how to belong to our family. Yeah, and yeah, your parents fought all the time. Yeah, mine did too. And it was really upsetting. No money. We had nothing, always on eggshells. I hear you. And even if you didn't, I have a lot of clients who had a very happy childhood, yet they're trying to overachieve like their parents. They're trying to prove that they are successful and good enough, like someone who's super successful in their family. And so we develop these sabotaging behaviors that get coded in no matter where and what kind of upbringing you have. It's called wounding by individuation. I think it's a Carl Jung or Jung term, that when we were born, we had to learn how to survive, and each of us had a different experience. And if we survived it, we consider it safe, and we keep repeating the experiences. Right? One of us here had kept repeating an experience of being in a narcissist relationship, right? And some of us repeat the same abuse. Some of us repeat the same scarcity. And that's just how we go through life. And it becomes our egoic agenda. Abuse, scarcity, family patterns, dysfunction, shame, guilt. Yeah, we learn to love our abusers. Very true. Thanks, Rebecca. Yeah. And we develop 6 sabotaging behaviors. I'm going to share my screen real quick. So we can just go over these. Hey, where's my share screen button? Here it is. How's it going? Is this landing? You guys kind of feeling that you might have some of these? So here, there's about 9, but these are the 6 main ones. We develop an agenda from 0 to 7 to try to prove to our family that we are good enough. You guys, people who have more certificates, more PhDs, more lessons, keep going back to school, keep learning, relearning more and more because they never feel like they're good enough. So they have to try and prove that they are good enough. And no matter how much they do, they never do feel good enough, because that gets locked in, right? That becomes the egoic agenda of who they are. It's there embedded in the subconscious. They keep acting on it, but they'll never feel good enough because it's locked in. And next is, I'm not worthy enough. Oh, I had this one. We all have one or more of these. And I had this big time is, oh, thanks, Alistair. I love your comments. Thank you. And not worthy enough. Look at me. I am not worthy enough. You must try and prove your worth. This is the people pleaser person. You're always giving and giving and giving until there's nothing left of you because you never feel worthy enough. And then you end up feeling resentful. Or just like when I did the nonprofit, I made sure that I got very little pay. And it was very easy for me to raise money for the dogs because it wasn't for me. I wasn't worthy of it, but the dogs were, so that's a lot of us have that agenda of I'm not worthy enough. That's why we put everyone else first and us last. I don't belong enough. Relationships are super important. We're always looking for love. Maybe we didn't feel loved enough when we were young, or we had to try and be more lovable. Maybe we felt like the black sheep, that we didn't belong to our family enough. Maybe we were adopted. Whatever it is for you, we're always looking for love and to belong somewhere. I'm not perfect enough. Who's always restarting, rewriting, redoing, because relaunching, I'll write the book, but I'll never launch it because it's never perfect enough. We never feel perfect enough. So we usually don't finish what we start. We just keep redoing and redoing. Not capable enough is like, hey, we don't start anything. We don't even know what we want. This identity is always waiting for permission and instructions from other people. Maybe we had a very strong parent that told us how to do everything, that encoded in that we weren't capable, right? And hey, it served us as a child, but we still are walking around with that identity and all these identities that may have us as a child, but not anymore. And not significant enough is like, hey, we have to, we never are important enough. We blend into the woodwork, or we're really flashy. We're not seen. We never believe that we're seen. So we're trying to get seen. We're trying to be flashy. We're trying to be loud, or we're trying to blend in. It could go either way. So, sorry, where was that? So anyway, the unconscious agenda has been trying to keep you safe from the age of 0 to 7 from that child's perspective. And because you must belong to your family. How is that landing? Does that make sense? Can you see yourself in any of these agendas? Okay. 100%. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, we can have one or more. So this is how that gets locked in, and we seek to repeat the patterns. Okay. And so this is how sabotage is formed. We're going to talk about that. And we have a current reality in the here and now where we are. And we have a desired reality. What are you guys trying to manifest? What is something you really, really, really want? Is there something you would just love to have? What is it? Maybe it's a better body or a healthy body. Maybe it's financial abundance. Maybe it's a certain business. Maybe it's a dream home. So could be a house, could be a relationship, could be financial abundance. Maybe it's health, right? What is it that you would just love to have? Financial freedom, better relationships. What else? What would you love? Just love to have. Go ahead, type it in. It's okay. Vital health. Love that. Business related. I work spiritual and coaching mentorship, and I want a community to grow too. Yeah. You know what I call that? It's Elfie business. Elfie business. Easy, lucrative, fun, or fulfilling and impactful business. Hey, that's what you want. I'm with you. Like that? Yeah, that's what we do. You just want to do that. That's what you want. And so what we do, we live in the here and now, and we have a desired reality. Whatever it is you would just love to have that's in your heart, whether you think it's attainable or not. We're not talking about what you think is possible. It's beyond your thoughts of your limited perspective from 0 to 7 years old that's locked into your subconscious right now. If you would just love to have it, you're here and you think that once you have it, life will be so much better. Isn't that true? Once you have it, life will be better. Do you believe that? The whole personal development world, everyone believes that. Is that true? So when we talk about, we're always manifesting with our focus. There's no on-off switch. Remember that? So what does that mean? We are actually, why is it with our focus? Because focus creates our reality. It's a main aspect of the law of attraction. Focus creates your reality. Your brain literally filters out what you focus on, so you get more of that. And you're getting more of that. Lovable, significant relationship. Yes. Christina wants an Elfie business too. Let's go for it. So we believe that the future will be better than the now. Where's our focus? Where is our focus? Some of you who have seen me do this before Remember the egoic agenda of not enough? You think that life will be better once you have it. And if you had it, would that mean that you would be enough? How do you feel? How would you feel if you were over here and you had what you wanted? Wouldn't that mean that you were significant enough, good enough, worthy enough, good enough to have it? Don't you feel like totally different if you had it? Right? You think it's going to be better. How is it going to be better? Is it going to be better? You'll have the finances, you'll have the success, you'll have the love, you'll have the health feeling. I mean, doesn't that mean you will feel better? And if you are so much better, does that mean that you're worthy of it? Does that mean you're good enough to have it? Does that mean you overcame something over here? You had to take an action step to get here, means that you had to overcome something, right? Is the freedom to live fully outside the system and share wisdom and help others do the same, almost like a superhero wizard. Yeah, do you feel like that now? I love that. Thanks for that beautiful share. Do you feel like that? I do sometimes. It comes and goes. And what has to happen for you to have this? What has to happen? You need to take an action and let go of, do you feel like an imposter here? Do you feel like you belong here right now? If you just snapped your finger, do you feel exactly like that? And most society is programmed to focus on their not enoughness. The whole structure, this is a structure. A structure is two or more points working together. The whole world and all the self-development world is focused on what you have to fix about yourself before you can pop up over here and have it. Okay? And where's the focus? The focus is the future will be better than the now is, and now is not good enough. And what are we getting more of? Focus creates reality. The whole world is focused. Look at the news. Look at your school. Look at your parents. Everything you've ever learned, everything that's been programmed in you for decades is actually a structure with your focus that creates your reality on solving a problem that now isn't good enough. Can I just fix it later? And that later never comes, does it? And or maybe you get it and you lose it, which we'll talk about. That's an oscillating structure, that taking those one step forward, two steps back. But do you see how focus creates reality, and what's embedded in our subconscious and the entire world, especially personal development, is that we are broken. There's something wrong with us. Once we resolve something about ourselves or about the world, about global warming, about wars, about the politics, about the bank account, and about everything, then we can have it. And that is how we are programmed, and that is the program we are running right now. Now, how does that, what does that do? Making sure, let me just check my notes. So, we're always manifesting with our focus, right? There's no on-off switch. So we're actually manifesting more of this because we're trying to overcome something about us, and we're focusing on a problem-based structure instead of a create. So you are either focused on resolving, or you're focused on creating. Think about people that created massive success. And these people are far from perfect. Look at Steve Jobs, who created, hey, the computer I'm talking to you through now. Look at Michael Jackson. Look at all these, Oprah Winfrey. Look at all these incredible people that, you know, whether it's, who's everybody talking about? Elon Musk. Okay, whoever these people are, they are far from perfect. Lady Gaga, okay? Focus on resolving themselves to like show up perfect, or did they just go for what they created? They created amazing things, but they didn't go resolving themselves. They're still out there, right? And they'll be the first to tell you they're far from perfect, but they're still out there creating, aren't they? And so everything we've been trying to manifest is from the wrong structure. And we've just been getting more of the same. And this brings me to the point of what happens. In order to have this, you take an action. And what happens, maybe you start going to the gym and you start losing weight. Maybe you go on a dating site and start meeting people. Maybe you're starting to make more money. You've got another job, you got the career, you're growing your business. Whatever is going on, you know what's happening is you take the action, but suddenly your subconscious says, hey, this is not survivable. We didn't experience this as the norm from 0 to 7 years old. Therefore, we must throw emotions. We must speak to you. Hey, this is not safe. Who are you to want this? You're not good enough to have this. You're not capable. Who are you here? That person, he's just going to reject you. So you better just reject him first. You don't belong there. Because whatever's encoded over here is who you are, and that proved survivable. This is not survivable. Your subconscious is going to put out roadblocks. This is how sabotage is formed. It says, this is not safe. This is safe. Stay over here. It might look like, hey, someone over here needs you. You better drop everything and go take care of them. Oh, you don't have enough money to keep going. You better just stop. And or maybe just, this is a lot easier. Just stay here. Oh, I didn't like that anyway. It wasn't for me. Or maybe, oh, I got the body, and then somebody started to look at me, and that was uncomfortable because when I was growing up, dad was looking at girls that looked like that, and he called them whores or whatever. This is a mindset of a 7-year-old. It does not have to make sense. The subconscious circuit breaker. Yeah, it's true. So this is called a stuck structure, where we get this far in and we just can't keep going because the subconscious won't let us. Or we get there, we get close, and then the subconscious throws a freak out and just gives us, like, maybe even an illness will because our brains are so powerful to create illness. It will create some health challenge. Even if you get healthy over here, it will throw up a new health challenge. So you can even arrive at this and you can have this, but you still haven't cleared these. So you're still not happy. You still don't feel like you're enough. Just like if I got that certificate. I thought life will be so much better once I got another degree or diploma, right? Now I have it. I still don't feel enough. So now I have to set my new goal over here. You might have this, or you'll just lose it. And it could be weeks, months, or even years. Look at lottery winners. Most of them become more broke than when they started within 5 years. Why? Because they're stuck in this identity of broke. And nothing will change until you clear it. How is this landing? Does this make sense? It's like this rubber band. See, I have a rubber band here. And let's say you're in the current reality, in the here and now. You have a desired reality, something you'd love to have. And whether you admit to yourself that you'd love to have it or not, most of us have kind of been, we haven't been allowed to dream, or we've been thinking that it's ridiculous to want to have it. But People who create, they just go for it, okay? So you're just going for it. But then if this is still here, what happens is you're going for it and it's just creating a tension. It's pulling you back and saying, this isn't safe. And it sees this as life or death. And that subconscious is so strong it's so subtle. It seems so real to you. And because it's trying to keep you safe. So it's doing its job. And you know what that means? It means that there's nothing wrong with you. It just means that whatever you're going over there trying to resolve about yourself, it's just your subconscious doing its job. There's nothing wrong with you, contrary to all the books you've been reading. There's a book that says how to be worthy of love. Imagine taking a bunch of babies, 2-year-old babies, and just telling them which one is more worthy of love than the other, or telling each one which baby is going to be more successful or more worthy of success and money or riches than others. Then you stick them in that structure, and then guess what happens, right? But themselves, they're just perfect as they are. True. So we live in the current reality. We think everything is going to be better, and we just repeat the process over and over. So how many of you realize that perhaps you've been sabotaging yourself and there's nothing wrong with you, but do you see that structure that you've been in? Literally dealing with illness of that nature right now. Autoimmune disorders, this program, people write to me all the time. It helps with autoimmune disorders very well. And so we talked about how we manifest in the wrong way because we are in the wrong structure, and we understand how we sabotage. Let's talk about the superconscious experience a little bit, shall we? I have to check my own notes. Okay. Well, remember we talked about bear with me. Okay. Just to recap the problem versus creative structure, I just want to make sure that you understand this, that how it works. I'm going to share my screen just so you just get a full understanding. Here are the two structures. Focus creates reality. So you are going in your current reality, desired reality, there's a creative tension. You're going over here to have what you want, but you have psychological tension from your egoic agenda. We called it wounding by individuation, as we said. That's down there and it's pulling you back. So you go and get it, and then you come right back because you need to action to resolve your egoic agenda, your belief that you're not enough. Does that make sense? And so look, success isn't personal, it's structural. Remember, there's nothing wrong with you, it's just your structure. Remember the last part where we said, how do we manifest wrong? We must be it to see it. So we have to vibrate in the right emotions first. And you might say, well, okay, I have to be it. So the emotion of how we think we're going to be over here, we have to bring it over here so we can align with that vibration. And you're like, well, this is really hard. How can I feel like I want to feel over here when life is just so hard, when I don't have enough money or my illness and I don't feel good and I'm fighting all the time and my boss says it's not enough, and the economy, the world, the war, the politics, and everything that's going on right now, the Republicans and the Democrats, and all that focus. We vote with our focus, by the way. Okay, how can I be the vibration first? Well, ta-da, here we are. In order to be it, We have to see it. And that's where the superconscious comes in. Okay. And it's not true that you can't be it, even though you feel that way. Isn't it true that there's like people sitting in mansions that are sad right now? And isn't it true that there's people sitting in mansions that are happy right now? So it's not that you can't feel it, it's whatever that was programmed in. Okay. And it's just your limited belief that you're not abundant. Look at all that you do have. You have the device, the computer, the phone to view this webinar, and you have more today than your grandparents ever did. My mother went to, we grew up in Israel. My mother went to the bathroom in an outhouse. You know, we have so much more than we can ever imagine, yet we still don't feel abundant. And the truth is that we are more than our thoughts. We are superconscious. Okay, let's go and explain the superconscious journey, the third level of mind. Okay, so this is age 0, this is death. The superconscious is our higher mind, our higher self, our vibrational mind. It talks to us through our heart connection, and it's you know what a morphogenic field is. All living things have a field of energy around them, and there's our individual field, and then we're connected with an energy field with our family. So here is me, here is you. I have an energy field around me, you have an energy field around you, we have an energy field around us and our family, and then humanity is connected by this field, right? And all of us are connected via this energy field. And the superconscious is our higher self. Like you can call it Akash, you can call it id, you can call it you know, superconscious, you can call it Bob, whatever you want to call it. We, each and every one of us, have our higher mind. It's above mind. It's making you feel emotional because you are, yeah, because you know what you're doing right now. Your heart is saying truth. It's feeling truth. And thanks for that share. So remember, you know, when you're in the womb right here, you start out your human journey. You're a pure creative spirit. You're a spirit in a human body. When you're in the womb, all your needs are met. You don't have to you cry or, you know, do anything to have your needs met. They're automatic. But then you're born and suddenly you realize I have to learn how to survive and I have to do it quickly, right? So I am taken care of and loved and nurtured and supported. And this becomes locked in as your egoic agenda. And then you live your life through it. The focus creates reality, and that's what you get. So now it's time to awaken, okay? And realize that you are super conscious. The superconscious has always been with you from before your lifetime and after your lifetime. Therefore, it's more you than the you that you are in this lifetime. It's been with you all your lifetimes. It's never not you. And it does not judge. It doesn't care if you're wrong, you're right, you want this, you want that, you did this, you did that. So whatever guilt or judgment you have, superconscious does not care, but it does take instructions from your subconscious and conscious mind. Okay, it does take instructions. And as a spirit in a human body, you're here for expansion, to have a human experience. You're here on a spiritual journey. And you know what that means? It means that you don't have to try and become more spiritual. You're already a spirit. Stop looking outside yourself to become more spiritual. You're a spirit. You are a spirit in a human body. Thanks, Amy. Do the replay. And so this is very important to remember. You came here to have a human journey, to expand, to experience. There's nothing wrong with you. And you're just a spirit. So you're either giving your power away to your subconscious and conscious mind of, how you're not enough. But as a spirit in a human body being super conscious, you're more than enough. There's no need to harbor all this outdated programming. You're just here to create and expand. Now how do you know what to create and expand? What's in your heart? What's in your heart is telling you, yes, this is what I want, not for anyone else. Whatever lights you up in your heart, that is your authentic truth. We've been hiding. What if somebody knows and judges me and thinks I'm stupid and thinks it's ridiculous and a pipe dream? We've been doing that. That's how we've been conditioned, but it's not true. You are super conscious. You are so much more. Let go of all that outdated programming. And when you connect to your higher self via your superconscious, you realize, hey, that we're all the same. Everything in life improves, okay? And instead, most people are trying to fix themselves, teaching the subconscious that we're broken, unable to have what we want, and that's just how we are, and we get stuck there. But instead, right, we manifest, we be it before we see it with the process that we're going to do today. There is a different way through your superconscious, okay? So instead of living through these two minds, we can live through the superconscious mind because it's the shortcut. It's a completely different density level. Imagine life in problem solving. It feels like you're dredging through like a river of peanut butter. But if you shift to your higher consciousness mind and realize, hey, I'm just here creating an experience. You don't have to be psychic or take any mind altering substances. You don't have to meditate for hours, or you just have to allow yourself to receive the information given in our process that we do. It's a super easy process, and you receive the information given, and remember that you're already a spirit. You just forgot, right? And it allows you to live in the right structure without having to overcome yourself, creating amazing results without struggle. And it's so simple, it sounds like a big mystery, but what we do each time, each session that I take you through in the program, we choose a true choice. I say, hey, what would you love to have? Oh, I want more money. Oh, I want to feel awesome. I want to feel self-love. I want financial abundance. I want a perfect body. I want health and vitality. I want to love my life. Okay. And then I ask you, well, how would you feel? Just so we can understand the vibration, right? And we practice getting into the vibration. And then we say, well, what's in the way of that? What do you believe? What's stuck down here that you believe that you can't have it now? Well, I don't feel like I'm enough. And then I give the instructions to your superconscious. You just sit with your eyes closed for like 20 minutes. And I tell your superconscious, please release this sabotage belief, and please release that old traumatic experience that's stuck there, right? And you let it go. And then the action towards your end result becomes a lot easier. Suddenly you're like, wow, I didn't think I could stand up and ask for that raise. I didn't think I could speak for myself. I didn't think I could just go ahead and take that action, or do my taxes, or face my fears, or whatever. But your action is the highest form of communication. It tells your superconscious that's receiving the instructions from you that you are an action taking person towards your end result, and it meets you halfway. And that's why manifestation happens so much faster, and transformation in what you're creating becomes inevitable. And that is the carrot system. That's where all the magic happens and keeps you in this creative structure. And it feels different going through life. You're not carrying all that baggage anymore. And this is how the recode works. It teaches your consciousness how to recode the connection it has, because it reminds you that you're a pure creative spirit in a human body. I guide you, and I know intuitively what needs to shift. Whatever is done is for the highest good. Your superconscious does it. It's not my superconscious that shifts you. Your own higher self knows what to do. It returns you to wholeness by letting go of the emotions, so you can retain more information of who you are and having all that understanding. And so this is what it looks like. You start awakening to who you really are. You start connecting with your heart and remembering like what your truth is. Who is your authentic self without all those layers of judgment and fear and self-doubt and overthinking? Who are you? You reconnect with who you really are, and you start living by it. And that new focus now gives you a new reality of a super conscious creator, reminding you that you are a spirit in a human body. You're just here to create without limitations. Life just becomes so much less dense and easier and more joyful as you peel back those layers of who you truly are. It's truly, truly fascinating. And so I'm going to stop share. This is the frustrating thing with spirituality. I agree, there's no separation, right? Yeah, there's no separation. So let's do the experience. You guys ready? And you guys understand the morphogenic field, how it works, and just further explain. The third level of consciousness is the shortcut. I go above conscious and subconscious, give the instructions without judgment, and it overrides the lower mind, instructing a new experience. How would that feel? And then you become a conscious creator. You're consciously creating instead of reacting to life. Okay. Thank you, Cherie. So what I want to do is give you back your power today. Through the morphogenic field, we're going to have a demo experience, meaning that first we're going to choose a true choice. And a lot of times we haven't been taught how to choose what we want, because we have been living in limitations. So, you know, we always think, oh, it's going to be better over there when I have this, but I probably won't even have this. And we start giving up, like we just start living in our own limitations. And so the truth is, with our hearts, we might not really know what's possible. And so I'd love to choose for you today. And I intuitively choose that you are the predominant creative force in your life. I would like to give you your power back. The power is outside of us. The power is with how the world is. The power is with what's in my bank account. The power is whether someone loves me or not. The power is on whether I think I'm enough or not. Isn't that true? Who feels like the power is outside of them and they're reacting to life instead of just manifesting? And whenever we can only be in one of two places in the structure. We can only be in problem solving, resolving ourselves, or in creating. We cannot be in both. And to be a conscious creator is only focusing on this and taking the action without paying any attention to this. Who feels like they're not enough right now? It's like if you had a magic wand and you could be the predominant creator of your life. Think of someone that has like the power, and it's not a forceful power. It's like a power of your heart. Plug me into the power source of myself, please. Yes, absolutely. So let's first make a claim. I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. Think of a character like Wonder Woman. And I just use that as an example because a lot of people relate to her because she's not the fighter, right? She'll fight very gracefully if needed. But most of all, especially the new Wonder Woman, she's like, she just goes for what she loves. She stands in her truth. She doesn't conform, right? That's what that means. I choose to be the predominant creator. I'm a spirit in a human body. I'm here to create a life I love. Nobody has power over me. I'm the master of my domain. Think of the captain of the ship and the driver of the vehicle of your car, okay, of life, your vehicle of life. And think like the superconscious is the captain of the ship, and the subconscious is the crew, and the conscious is the ship. Okay, so you're the captain and you say at 0800 hours, I'm going to Fiji. We want to go to Fiji. Everyone get ready. And the crew's like, no, I'm tired and it's going to be too hard and we don't want to. And then the conscious mind, goes, well, yeah, okay, I'd like to, but these guys aren't on board. And so the ship is, going, well, super conscious is like, well, should we go or should we not go? Right. And it's confused. So we want to all be aligned, all the conscious mind, subconscious mind, and superconscious. Everything needs to be aligned to create, right? That's the structure. And so if we were the captain of our ship, let's close our eyes and teach the cells of our body. We have to teach the subconscious that it's safe, because right now the subconscious doesn't know it's safe. And so we start imagining it and feeling it, even if it's foreign to you. Do your best. Close your eyes and claim it. You see, we're not wishing, we're not hoping, we're choosing. I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. Okay. And this works for anything. I choose a dream home. I choose a healthy body. But today, I'm helping you take back your power. It starts with that. And be the predominant creator of your life. And just choose it back in your heart. And remember, I'm a pure creative spirit in a human body. I just forgot, and I create my reality. I choose how I want to feel. I don't give the power to anyone to how I want to feel. So how would you feel if you could just choose? You were in complete choice. Type in the comments, how would it feel to be the predominant creator of your life? Strong, I love that. Yeah. Put it in your heart. Let's choose that. And just allow yourself to imagine. You might not know, but imagine as best you can. Now that's the desired reality. Unlimited. Yeah, I love that. Thank you. Feels bittersweet, amazing in one hand, but also I know will leave everyone else. That's not for you. That's the not belonging. Do you see that? You see the not belonging saying, I know I'll leave everyone else behind. Is that your job? Are you taking the power away from them to create as well? Everyone's a creator. Your job is to live your life, not everybody else's. And maybe you can inspire them and have that ripple effect. So you have to choose. You want to stay with everyone else, or you want to live your life? There you go. Toxic family, you choose to be the predominant creator. There you go. You're not here to live their life. Love that. Okay. So compared to that, what's it like right now? Let's understand what structure we're in. We want this, but the current reality is feeling like that. How does it feel now compared to that? Let's understand. Uncertain. Thanks for your comments. Please type in. The more you type in, the more you acknowledge, the more you get out of it. And while you're doing that, I'm actually going to lower my standing desk. So, because when I do the process, it's a closed eye process. I don't want to fall over while I'm doing it with you. Yeah, like I'm on the starting blocks of a race that I know I'm going to win. I love that. Okay. So keep going. How is it like right now compared to the end result, you guys? And let's talk about what you believe is in the way. What do you believe is in the way of having that? What's in your way? Confused? What do you believe is in your way? Other people's judgments. Maybe you don't feel like you're worthy enough to have it. Maybe you don't know what it's like to have all that power. You're afraid of your own power. I get that a lot. Could that be? Right? And so, yeah, so just acknowledge it's okay if you don't know, but this is what it would look like. We're about to do the process. And just remember, this is just what we did a little bit. We, in the carrot system, we choose a true choice, we align with the emotion. What would it be like once we have it? And now we just understand our structure so we can release and recode the resistance. This is what a recode is, the process we're about to do. And when you were young, when your subconscious was formed, it was pre-verbal. So metaphors work really well. Imagine if you're here at the beginning of the river and your desired reality of being the predominant creative force in your life is at the bottom of the river at the end here. And these boulders are like your subconscious sabotaging blocks. That's what they represent. And they restrict your flow for you to just have it. And in the process, we're just going to release the resistance that's in the way so your river can flow with ease. And so we release the resistance. And what is resistance? I talk a lot about resistance in the process. And it's just that's what it is, the blocks, resistance. And can you measure your own scale on a 0 to 10 basis? What is your resistance? And remember, this is your superconscious that's going to do. It's just going to release as much boulders as it feels right. It does it for the highest good. It's not me. I just give instructions and you choose to receive it. If you don't choose to receive it, you won't. So do you see, it's very gentle and it's very safe and very easy. It's all you. You're doing it because you're a pure creative spirit. And so what does it feel like? You sit with your eyes closed. There's no trance. There's nothing to do. You just sit and say, I choose the end result. I choose to give Galit permission to access my superconscious. And that's it. And then for 20 minutes, I give you instructions and that's it. And some of you know that there's a number involved on a scale of 0 to 10. 10 is the most resistance. 0 is like, hey, my river's flowing. I have no resistance. So just rate yours. I see some 5s. I see some 8s. And how does it feel? Sometimes there's yawning. Yawning just means your energy is shifting. Sometimes it feels like a breath is being taken for you, like you're breathing deeper. I love that. Sometimes emotions come out, sometimes random thoughts of like, oh, what did I just think of that time from when I was in junior high? Some of us might doze off. There's nothing wrong with that. You're still getting recoded if you doze off. It just means your conscious mind checks out for a minute and then you come right back. So it's no big deal. There's no right or wrong to experience it. It's gentle and easy. So please give me permission to access your superconscious and we'll do the process. It's a closed eye process. Please don't be driving or, doing anything like that. And just close your eyes. Choose to get the most out of this. Just going to give the instructions. So I give Galit permission to access my superconscious. I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. And I connect intuitively with your field. And I see what's there, what needs to shift. So let's all connect, and it works in replay. There's no space and time in the morphogenic field. There's no such thing. So let's see. Superconscious, are we all connected? Everyone here? Everyone in replay, are we all connected and in true choice of being the predominant creative force? Great. You guys are doing great. Choosing to be the predominant creative force. You'll see how different and so much better it feels. You'll feel lighter, calmer, more inner peace. Super conscious, do you see all the resistances that come up? And let's have all aspects during the treatment for the highest good. Creating the treatment plan in a perfect way in order, treating all the priorities. Please do a massive change history and everything that's needed. Thank you. We're bringing all the resistances that came up from all the timelines and we're releasing them now. And just, there's nothing to do but sit with your eyes closed and receive. Choosing to get the most out of this, choosing to release as much as possible for your highest good. You are the powerful creator. Good. Superconscious, you see all the priorities in the way, the beliefs, the rules. Please treat all beliefs and rules about self, others, and the world. Thank you. Please treat all the patterns of not enoughness, of needing to resolve. Thank you. Superconscious, please treat any beliefs and rules that standing in my own power is unsafe. Thank you. You see the emotions. Superconscious, let's treat all emotions. Please treat all fear and lack-based emotions that are not serving us. Do a massive change history. Treat all the suppressed emotions, stuck emotions. Treat resentment, grief, anger, rage. Treat all the triggered emotions that are not serving our highest good, and do a massive change history and everything that's needed. Thank you. And treat any emotions of I'm not enoughness, I'm not loved enough, I'm not safe enough, I'm not capable, not worthy, not good enough, not significant, don't belong enough, any I'm not perfect enough, any I'm not enoughness, and do a massive change history, letting it all go, reminding us as we are all enough as the pure creative spirit standing as the predominant creative force in our lives, here to create, here for a human experience, here for joy and expansion. Superconscious, treat any emotions that are stuck in the emotion of a broken heart. Please treat that, please. Treat forgiveness of self and others. Please treat all agreements, broken agreements, all agreements with self and others. Please cut cords of others that are not aligned with our end result with love and respect. Thank you. Superconscious, do you see the events that have created all this resistance, starting with the original event from any timeline? It could be different for everyone here or in replay. Find that original event that's causing resistance and please treat it, turn it into wisdom. We don't forget, we just turn these events into wisdom, including the trauma events, the event where the decision made that I could not be the predominant creative force. Tagging and treating all events from all timelines, past, present, future, parallel, any timeline, before or after, between lifetimes. Thank you. Superconscious, let's treat any fear of judgment, including self-judgment or judgment of others. Thank you. Please treat fear of my own greatness and power. Thank you. Please treat fear of failure, fear of success equally. Thank you. Treat fear of rejection and fear of abandonment. Thank you. All the part personalities and identities, the protector, controller, inner critic, people pleaser, the inner child, self-doubter, overthinker, inner critic, please treat treat the victim identity, all the identities that are not aligned, please treat as needed. Thank you. Please treat preconditions that we've placed on this choice, or having it or being it. Thank you. Treat definitions, please. Thank you. Please treat the family history, the DNA, family structures, patterns, everything passed down from all our ancestors, both mother and father's side. Do a massive change history with love and respect for all our ancestors, thanking them for keeping us safe. We are the pure creative spirit. We are now in choice. Thank you. Please apply a resonance that assists with this choice. Thank you. A universal resonance that aligns us with being the predominant creator. Thank you. Superconscious, let's align all body systems with the end result. For the highest good, create a treatment plan for all body systems, including the energy body, the chakras, the auric field, the meridian lines, all meridian channels, all chakras. Please treat as needed. Align us with our emotional body, with emotional intelligence. Please treat and do a massive change history. The energy body, emotional body, physical body. Restore and balance the body, bring back to homeostasis all systems, all organs, the mind body. Create a perfect treatment plan for all things body. Thank you. Please treat the heart chakra specifically, release that. The throat chakra, treat that, release that. Thank you. Please treat secondary intentions. And let's feel back with your eyes closed. I choose to be the predominant creative force in my life. I create it all. I choose to create as the powerful creator of my life. I choose my experiences. I choose my emotions. I choose to feel joy, empowered, confident. Superconscious, do you see this choice in our own alignment with it? I'm allowed to have this. I am safe in this identity. I am capable of having it. I am it now already, and it is safe. Superconscious, do a massive change history with our own alignment with the choice. Thank you. Noticing that our boulders are being released as much as possible for the highest good. Whatever your superconscious believes is what's needed to be released today in the perfect amount, in the perfect way. Superconscious, please repeat the entire process, ensuring that we released everything that is possible today from everything in the active experience and inactive experience in the form of resistance of being the predominant creator. And do one last massive change history, and then ground and bind it back into the matrix of the universe, including everything we've treated here today from all timelines. So I want you to just allow this to continue processing, breathing that in, reconnecting with your choice of being the predominant creative force in your life, coming back to and letting me know what how that feels. I know that it's a little bit unique and you're coming back to, and you can open your eyes slowly, gently, whenever you're ready. And let me know how that was, how you felt, what you experienced, how you feel connected with being the more the predominant creative force in your life. That was both amazing, intense, liberating, and crazy. How fun. That's a fun ride. Yeah, and you might notice that, hey, where's that problem? Ask yourself, where are all my limitations and those problems I had? I feel clear and free of boulders. That's awesome, Rebecca. You're at zero resistance. Love that. And anyone else want to chime in how you felt now and how you felt before and now after the process? I feel a lot of energy release, and I know it's still, some of you are still coming to. Takes sometimes a minute to just let everything settle. But I would love your comments and how you feel. And I want to ask you, yeah, how that was. Any more feedback of how that was? My heart feels more spacious. Thanks, Hiroko. To and able. Love that. Thank you. Okay. Yeah, I love that feedback. I saw so many different things, people in my life with cords cut. I felt the sensation coming down into my head, through my forehead and face. And the more you do it, by the way, the more you feel, and for your first time, that's not bad. Then it felt like there was these compartments in my brain being realigned with source. Beautiful. I saw a lot of material things I wanted in my life. I felt like someone else was in my body at one point. It's you. Not unwelcome, like a doctor. So much more than I could write just now. I love that. And share your magically light. Okay, yeah, it feels light. Thanks, guys. Okay, so here is, I feel motivated to create. Awesome. Okay, so real quick, would you guys want to continue? Would you guys want to continue releasing for free if you want the free week, if you're not already in my program? I highly recommend this program. I think about all the time that you've been holding resistance for decades. So just, this works. These are just a few more comments, just more results of what people experience. And it's just endless. Okay. And just, instead of, what we do, we release the stuck blocks, trauma, limiting beliefs, triggers, stress, unwanted emotions, dissolve, and then we live super consciously like you feel now. You feel like, wow, I'm living in possibilities instead of reacting to life. And so no one has taught you that you are powerful. Been taken away, and it may have served you as a young child, but not anymore. And we live in this society focused on problems, and so our focus creates more of that. We've given our power away to others and circumstances, And we think that once we have our desired reality, we'll be different, but instead we just end up focusing, letting our negative emotions own us, trying to overcome ourselves, and stuck in this outdated program from the age of 7. So this is how what I offer you today, the free trial. This is my program. Some of you are already in it. And so what I do is I hold 2 live sessions per week. The replays work. There's about 100 replays to choose from. You could literally go on a Recode Frenzy in 1 week. Imagine how much more you can release. And you don't even have to show up live. There's no such thing as time, right? It's just made up. So I'm going to include a link here for you if you want to just go ahead and try it, because, but you know, when we get things for free, we take it for granted. Isn't that true? When we when we get things for free, we don't take action. We're like, I didn't have to work hard for it, right? But I want to ask you to connect with a couple of different scenarios. One is a scenario where you don't show up and where you just stay the same. And another is a scenario where you really choose to continue and learn how to be a conscious creator. I'm going to put the free link for anyone who's never experienced this. You guys can, is this the right one? I hope I took the right one. Let me just make sure. Yeah, you can sign up for a free bonus there. And I want to also show you what is in the program. What's in the I Am Super Conscious, so you understand what you get. And hold on. Let me just keep going here, just so you understand what you're getting. And it's a full training, has everything included. The meditations, we have special meditations that prime your brain to stop pushing away so it feels safe and familiar. They're under 20 minutes each because I don't like meditating for a long time. I have other things to do. We have a 12-week planner that helps, an accountability program you can choose to be a part of, and it creates things a lot faster. You have 90-day specific training on demand. I show up 2 times a week. There's a VIP Facebook group community, and then the meditations that align. We have daily quotes in there. And this is what you get. You get a free trial today. The normal value is, you know, the transformational program, the weekly conscious. I put bonus sessions, 3 bonus sessions per month. There's 20 meditations that actually, some of them have recodes in them. They're under 20 minutes each. We have the goal setting system. And I want to show you what it looks like. Let me show you. I mean, it's an amazing program, if I may say so myself. If any of you are in it, you already know. Right, here's what it looks like. Who can see this? So there's intro lessons. If you don't know how to choose how to be in true choice yet, we have 4 core orientational choices. We did one of them today, to be the predominant creative force. The other one is Life I Love, True Nature and Purpose, if you don't know your purpose, and Health and Vitality. And then there's a lot of other lessons. It's not just recodes, a lot of lessons of how to be, how to have tools in your everyday life of how to create a new identity, how to let go of fear of poverty, how to tune in, let go of your money beliefs and your family patterns and entanglements. There's lots here. And look at these replay libraries. I mean, self-love and sabotage and oscillation, family constellation, fear of success, self-trust. I mean, it's never ending. Money, new identities, new language, inner child. There is so much. There's health and vitality. Endless, 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 endless. More money stuff, shifting, forgiveness. So as you can see, There's endless stuff there. There's also the Facebook community. Some of you are in this group where, you know how there's sayings, see all these sayings in, we see all these things in social media, but a lot of them are not true. They're problem-based. So you get to be a part of this community where I go on the live sessions there, and you get all these sayings that really align with what we're doing here, so you don't get confused with all the outside messages. So you can see that here. How are you guys liking that? Are you guys interested? So after the free week, there's no string attached. After the free week, it's $99 a month if you choose. Please check your spam. I will send you an offer to get that at a discount. Usually it's $49 a week. So it's going to be after your free week. If you like it and you choose to show up, even if you show up once a week, you're still going to shift. But if you want, you can continue. It'll be heavily discounted, but you have to check your spam because that offer might be there. You can upgrade to one-on-ones as well. Some of you do one-on-ones with me, and I don't have a lot of space for one-on-ones, but it is, you can have your first one-on-one is $99 with me. So any questions? Any questions? I appreciate you guys being here. Those of you, some of you are completely new. Some of you are just here for some freebies. That's okay, because I know, hey, if the world needs this and you need this, come on down. I won't be holding that many, posting that many free events, but I appreciate you guys who have never experienced this before and want to experience this for free. You are welcome to join it. Oh, thank you. It's amazing. You're a wizard. I feel great. I want to do this, and I'm going to put it out there to increase capacity now so I can. So yes, sign up, check your spam. There'll be a login where you'll get it for a week, and try and show up as much as possible to lives or replays. My next live will be Monday, where we review our accountability, but there are so many replays for you. They all work. And you can also join the Facebook if you want, but you can do the whole thing online. Some people don't like Facebook, but it's in both. It's just an option. Everything that's in Facebook is also on the online. And so it's up to you. So it was lovely having you, and thank you for staying with me. I really appreciate your time. If anyone has any questions, if anyone has any concerns, if anyone has any doubts, I know, this is very different to what you've experienced, but I promise you it is the fastest, most advanced way to transform. And it's worked for me. And I know some of you who are here again keep coming back because they know. Right, Jill? Bless you back. Yeah, thanks for being here. And even people that are in the group are here just to get another, because they love the sessions, and the more we hear it, the more we learn. This is all new learning after being conditioned for so many decades. We have to hear it again and again to just allow our brain to accept, hey, there's nothing wrong with me. I'm perfect as I am. I'm a creator. Now let's let all that stuff go so we can just, and it's subtle. Like, when you take an aspirin for pain and then you go through life, you don't even remember when the pain left. You start realizing that something's a little bit different. It's like, hey, I'm less triggered, or hey, I was able to speak up for myself, or hey, I was able to take the lead on this. All right, you'll start noticing your life improving on every level. We in the program, we even had a blind man for 20 years that can see. I mean, I'm not kidding. Your brain has plasticity, and your brain, your subconscious is the most powerful tool. Now let's use that tool to your advantage, okay? By letting go of what is not real and what has you in limiting thoughts into thinking in possibilities, reminding you that you create it all, including your health, including your wealth, including your experiences, including your joy. All right. Well, sending you lots of love. The replay will be available. Thanks for being here live and in replay. All the best.